What's up guys, welcome back to Mike It Yourself. This week we're going to upgrade the audio on our 2017 Road Glide. Before we get started, just want to extend a huge thanks to our channel sponsor, Cerwin Vega, providing amazing audio equipment for your car, for your home, and for your motorcycle, boats as well, of course, power sports, all that kind of good stuff. If you haven't already, check out their website, use promo code Mike It Yourself, and save yourself some money at checkout. Let's go ahead and get started on our project. All right guys, so we've lucked out because a chunk of the work that's needing to be done has already been done for us. I've got one of the saddlebags removed, I got the tour pack off, and wires exposed, all that kind of good stuff. I still have to remove the fairing, but if you watch my videos, you know that when we did the initial setup with the Cerwin Vega audio deal, we put the 4 speakers here, the 6.5 speakers, and we've got an amplifier sitting in the fairing. And then additionally, in my tour pack, I've got another amplifier to power up those speakers. Now they're both 4-channel amps, and what I've decided is that from time to time I'd like to be able to easily remove my tour pack. Now, in my prior setup, I was able to remove the tour pack, but there was a lot of effort to it. I didn't think through the wiring as well as I think I should have. And one of the things I want to do is I want to reduce the amount of wiring that I have to essentially unplug. So what we're going to be doing is moving away from the 2 4-channel amps to a single 6-channel amp. And then all I have is just basically the speaker wire and the power connector for the lights on the tour pack, so I could easily unplug those, hang it up on the wall, and do a bike night or something like that where I don't need to have my tour pack on, right? I love having it because it's great for storage, but sometimes you just want to let her hair down. So let's take a look at the amp, and then we'll walk through the process that we're going to do. So here's what we're going to be jumping into. It is the VCU86U2. So basically it's 6-channel amp. This is marine grade, so great if you're using it on a motorcycle or a boat. And well packaged. It is a little bit longer than the amps we have today. So we're gonna have to do a little bit more thinking on how we're gonna mount this and where we're gonna mount it. All right, so let's talk about the amplifier before we get started. We're going to be installing Cerwin Vega's Vega Series 6-channel amp. This amp overall puts out 1410 on the watts. Now, that depends on how you have things configured, whether you're bridged, how many ohms. There are a lot of factors in that, and we'll go over the specs a little bit later as we get closer to putting it in. But what comes in the box, right? That is the amplifier. You get your cables for your inputs and that good stuff. Your wiring for your knob control, so if you want to do that remote control for your bass or for however you're setting up your amplifier, you can do that. And I did want to point out this amp is a little bit bigger than the prior amp we put in. So this one sits at about 11.25 inches long, so that is significantly longer than the prior amps and may not be able to fit in our fairing. We're gonna figure it out though. All right, so first things first, I got to get the old stuff out and then we'll put the new stuff in. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of skip the show in regards to tearing apart your fairing. If you want to see what that process looks like, check out the original video and you'll see that. But for now, I'll just knock it out and bring it back so we can take a look at the old and where we're going to put the new. All right, guys, so we've got our fairing off. We still have a couple more steps to do. We got the headlight out and you can see this is the old amp in there, and this sits in there kind of long ways going that way in order to get this fully removed, because on the opposite side is where the amplifier gets its power and all that. I've got to pull out the head unit, so I'll be doing that. We'll get that out of the way, and then we have to remove the old amp rack, which has some bolts kind of going on the side, so again, you can't get to that without having to remove the head unit. And once we do that, then what we'll do is we'll lay this thing back in and We'll take a look at the space we have available, because I think, based on what I've seen some other folks do, we might be able to get that longer amp in here, but running it sideways. Now, what that does mean is we may have to create our own amp rack, because I don't want to buy one. And I got one of them fancy machines to be able to do so. Why not use that to create something cool, and we'll go from there. If even necessary. Maybe I won't even have to create one. We'll see. So let me go ahead and pull this stuff out. I got to clip a bunch of zip ties and get some wires out of the way, and we'll take a look at the old and compare it to the new, and we'll start the process of installing. All right, guys, so we are making progress on this. I went ahead, removed the old stuff, cleaned up the wiring that was in there, removed all the old wiring. I've got some new speaker wire that I ran, and really it's just the speakers now from here and here. So instead of having everything meet up here where the amp is, it's all going out. I was looking at possibly putting the amp here on this like kind of deck area, and I was thinking I would create my own bracket for it using a 3D printer, but it's just, it's too much. I mean, you can make it work. Like, there's plenty of people that have done it, and I don't know if you have to saw these off or what the hell, but there are some modifications or something that needs to be done. But it just looks so packed in there. And granted, it's behind the fairing, you don't see it, but for me personally, I know it's there. So anyhow, I've got a 6-channel RCA cable set up going to the back, and like I said, I got these 2 speaker pods. They're going to the back, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and install the amplifier in the saddlebag, and we'll make it this quick disconnect, so that way when I want to take it off, I can either clean, wash the bike, whatever I got to do. So what that meant was I got to run all new wiring now for these speakers, because these ones, the wires only went up to here, they were shorter. So I'm going to go ahead, and I've got new wiring for that. It's all loomed up. I got to run it through the tray and tidy all that stuff up. So we're going to keep on going, and hopefully we'll get this thing squared away pretty soon. We'll get the tour pack on there, because we're going to have to run some plugs there. I am waiting on parts too, so that's held me up a little bit. The storms throughout the country, like all the snowstorms and everything, have canceled a lot of flights. That includes like UPS, FedEx, Jeff Bezos, all that stuff. So the trucks, you name it. It is putting a little kink in my plan, but that's okay. Got to adapt and overcome, and we'll get this thing done. We've got our wiring in as far as it going all the way to the back here. I am going to have to extend my power connection, just because it'll be right there, so I need it to be able to be long enough where I can tilt the saddlebag in order to access it, so I can disconnect, because like you can't take, or at least I haven't been able to take my side panels off without having to remove the saddlebag, so I can't tuck that up underneath there. I would love to have that as an option, but yeah, that ain't happening. So anyhow, got those wires all ran out, so I got my power, speakers, remote line, more speakers for the tour pack. I've got to put, so I'm using this, and I'm going to use it also for the saddlebag, a grommet that I'm going to put in, and it's kind of multi-level, so almost like a step drill sort of. So I got these off of eBay, and you can kind of cut it to fit to size, but it's got a really good size diameter, so that way I can make sure I can get all my wires in and still keep it probably not waterproof, but water resistant. I was looking at where I wanted to mount this thing in my, good Lord, in the saddlebag, and my original thought was that I would place it kind of on the front part, but what I found is my amp, so this amp's pretty long, it's like almost a foot long. It just won't have the space needed to sit in there. The wires, once the connectors are in, they're gonna pop out, so it'll probably block stuff. And then my next thought was I'll put it on the wall. That wall's got that big lump there, and it gets wider as you go down, so that kind of makes it a little bit challenging. because you're gonna have to make something there. So what I decided to do is, this is a shallow bag anyways, meaning it's not the extended, true extended. I got the caps on it. So I'm gonna just put on the base. And because this amp is digital, it doesn't have like your traditional requirements for cooling. So I'm not really concerned about air as an issue. And what I did is I 3D printed basically a base mount. So the amp will attach to this, and then this is going to attach to the saddlebag. I'm going to use Velcro so that way I can remove the amp anytime I want, and the mount will stay in place. So I made this where it's got holes, so I'll drill some holes on the bottom of the bag, so again, drainage, all that kind of good stuff. This will mount to the bottom. It goes over that the support bar. These are like 40 millimeter as far as length goes. I had to make two versions of it. This one was a little too short, so I got this one. It's going to sit in there like that, and like I said, this will go right on top. And I'm going to drill a forward hole and a rear hole for my cables to come through. I think what I'll do is, well, I'm going to keep it so when you open it, you see the logo. All right, so let's take a look at where we're at. We've put in the fairing back together. We got our speakers, all new wires running to them. So with the lowers kind of came up, everything's going through the trough. I was thinking about running along the side, but I got it to fit. It's tight as heck, but it fit. Coming through into the side, everything is loomed. So I've got like a nylon type style loom set up. So for our power, we're going to this, gosh, I want to say it's like 8 gauge. I think it's 8 gauge waterproof connector. So this is also made for marine, for boat. And then for speakers, I've got a 12 pin waterproof connector for that. Remote wire. And then for our RCAs coming to the back, I've got a 6 channel set of RCAs coming to the back. This one is way longer than it needs to be. So I bought this one just really quick because I needed something fast. I'm probably gonna change this out to something a little bit shorter and higher quality. For the back speakers, so they are part of the 12 pin connection, but in order to make it to where I can take off my saddlebag, I went ahead and added, or saddlebag, the tour pack, I added a 4 pin connector here. So I just unplugged that, and then on the other side I have the waterproof connector for the lights. So I'll unplug that, so I got 2 connections, and then I'll be able to pull this thing right off and hang it up on the wall. So that will be good to go. And really, at this point, it's about just getting things, kind of last minute things put together. For the saddlebag, went ahead and went with 2 holes. So I got a rear and a forward one. So the forward one is almost got everything with the exception of the RCA cables, and that's because the amp is gonna lay in there this way. Got our mount in there, so that was 3D printed. The amp's gonna sit right on top of that with some Velcro, so that way I can pull it out if I need to. Tank is on. Got that all hooked up. I've got my rat's nest kind of here. I do have a couple of wires that are a little bit longer than I expected because I pulled them back a little bit, so I do have some excess, but it's, you know, I've got it zip tied to the frame and it will be behind the cover. So definitely not my best wiring job. I am first to admit I am not a professional at doing this, so the fact that nothing blew up is a good thing, right? Anyhow, I've got my connectors there, and the amp is semi in. I just don't have it mounted down, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that where I want it. And there we go. It's in place. Everything's wired up. I just got to put in my last other saddlebag fastener, plug in the lights, and we're gonna have sound. So let me go ahead and button this up, get the side cover on so we can see what this looks like. We are all buttoned up. Things are put back together. This bike is ready to hit the road. Actually, I got to put my little visor up there. Still need to get that all tested out, but everything's put back together. All the harnesses are where they need to be. I've now reduced the tower pack from being not only speakers, but the amplifier just to the speakers. They come out here and come on down. I've got a connection here so I can unplug that, put it up on the wall when I'm not using it. And let's take a look in the saddlebag. So here's our installation. And I could definitely have shortened the wires, something I may end up doing later, but it doesn't take a whole lot of space. And as you know, we created a 3D printed platform for that to sit on. Just because of its length, it didn't really sit well on the side of the bag. I probably could have done it on that side, but yeah, just didn't make sense to me. So anyhow, let's hear what this thing sounds like. Now the cool part of this is we're going to give you the perspective of the rider by attaching our microphone right to where the rider sits. And that way you can hear what I would hear. Alright guys, so that's going to be a wrap for this week's video. Unfortunately, I didn't get to mount this in the fairing area like I originally was planning. I just didn't like the fact that I was going to have to bunch so much stuff under the fairing. It's doable. Multiple people put out brackets for it. They're pricey. You could probably print one out yourself. If you have a 3D printer, just use ABS. Although in that area, you probably don't have so much concern around the heat. And the need, so you could probably get away with PLA. It all depends on you. But with this amp, we went with the VCU 86, which is their 6-channel amplifier, and it's got a total of 1,410 watts. So plenty of power. If you set that up at a 2-ohm configuration at 6 channels, you're talking 230 watts per channel. And then in a 4-ohm setup, you're looking at 155 watts times 6 channels, right? So anytime you increase the ohms, which is the resistance, you're going to lower, you're adding resistance, right? So your wattage isn't going to be as high. And then if you wanted to, you can bridge it down even more, right? So depending on how you want to do your own configuration, I think this is a great amplifier. What is really nice about these is they're digital, so you don't need to have the traditional like airflow you would normally need for a regular amplifier. This technology has been around for a while, so it's not like it's new technology. So I don't want to sell this as somebody else doesn't have it or anything like that, but just to let you all know that if you're looking for a great quality amp, great product that's going to sound amazing, check out CerwinVega.com. Don't forget to use the promo code MikeItYourself. It saves you some money. Great deal. Great product. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you would like to be a member of the community, which I would love for you to be, provide your input, feedback, share some advice, whatever it is, constructive criticism, and become a subscriber. And until my next video does post, I hope to see you in the win.